far as this country is concerned, we should not allow it to die. So that is why we are having these press briefings today, to update the people about what are going to be our moves and what are the things that we will take from here. Again, every Gambian that believes in this fight, every Gambian that believes that corruption is something that should not happen, please, we are urging you all to exercise your right to be at the court tomorrow. It is your constitutional right to gather at a public place, and court is not an exception. So be at the court tomorrow if the boys are not released unconditionally. Yesterday, we have submitted 3 permits to the IGP for them to react on those permits. So we are giving them those permits because we are going to occupy the streets tomorrow. That there is nothing that can change that. We will not change that for anything. If the boys are not released, we are going to occupy the courthouse tomorrow. And if need to be done, if they are going to take boys to the mile too, most of us here are going to do that. So that is what all Gambians should have in mind. That this is the only country that we have. And if the country fails, our future fails. If the country fails, our family fails. If the country fails, our destiny crumbles. So we ask ourselves this fundamental question. If we are really serious about the change that we are advocating for every day in our social media, you will go to Facebook and you will see hundreds of Gambians, thousands advocating for this change. But do they really mean the change that they are writing or saying on their boards? So this is something that we must put behind our mind. That we will never accept this state to do whatsoever that he feels like doing if it does not reflect on the needs and the aspirations of the ordinary Gambian. You will go to provinces, find farmers there. They are without fertilizer. Now it is almost a harvesting period. Most of them are going to be with their products until next rainy season. They will not be able to sell them. Until today, some farmers are not able to receive the money that the state promised them. That is, they sold their granules to the state. At the end of the day, they were not able to receive their money up to date. And the state is still saying that they are serious about the country's well-being. So we have to be realistic. This is not a matter of competition. This is a matter of fight. This is a matter of our country. This issue must not be left like that. If the president can capture the Auditor General in his office, there is high tendency of the president rigging elections. Because capturing or removing the Auditor General from his office by using force, it's more difficult than taking 25 votes from this particular ballot to put it in the other ballot. Oh, yes. So if we are ready to change this country 2026, we must be ready to fight. We must be ready to be the architect of our own destiny. The destiny that we are fighting for today lies in our hands. Fighting corruption is everybody's business, including me and you that is watching us right now. So if you think it is not your business, then I think you have to really look up to something that you think you and then your family will benefit from. As far as I know, corruption kills. One of the reasons why this country is still not developed is because we have been seeing rampant corruption. History has the good side of repeating itself, and history has been continuously repeating itself in this country. Since the First Republic, the Second Republic, to the Third Republic. Oh, sorry, to the borrowed regime, because it's not still a republic or the Third Republic. So we are urging on all Gambians to be on their feet. Be your own foot soldier. You don't need to wait for Gala to come out before you fight corruption. Anything that has to do with corruption, Gala will obviously be there, but we don't always have to wait for Gala to come out before we take our action. in our own places, in our own house, we can still advocate for better reforms and good governance. I said this somewhere else and I will say it again, that the boys are unlawfully detained. They were exercising their rights to assemble as ordinary citizens. The office of the audit is a public office that every Gambian has the right to occupy. And we were occupying there to give a press briefing, not to protest. I think this has to be made very clear. That we were there not to protest, we were there to talk to the press. We were there to have a conversation with the Gambian people. We were there for the Gambian people to know our next point of action. But we saw it very clear that police will continuously do their police brutality, continuous arrest, and torturing protesters or those that were there to attend the protest. We have seen how Ali and others were maltreated. We have seen how journalists were maltreated. So that thing has to be the thing of the past. So notwithstanding, this is why we call the press, and this is what we want to put across, that we are not relenting on the fight. We will do whatsoever that we want to do to make sure that the state is responsible. We will do whatsoever that we must do to make sure that the state listen and act on the voices and the needs and the aspirations of the ordinary Gambian people. Thank you.
Local language. People are demanding local okay. Let's move. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, comrades. Good afternoon, comrades, Gambians, members of the press, members of Gala, and our sympathizers. We come here to the National Youth Parliament, which is the space of all the youth in this country, to come here once again to talk to the Gambian people, to talk to the masses that have given Gala the mandate to represent them in the streets. As you already know, we are feeling very uncomfortable here because Gala is not a movement that has a norm of doing public or press conferences always, or reaching out to the average Gambian people to cozy air-conditioned rooms, as I already said, which happens. Because going forward, whatever we've been seeing in this country for way too long is a group of armchair activists, a group of conformists that always sit and watch the average Gambian suffer. The only problem that Gala has is changing the narratives on how people look at activism. That is the problem that Gala has. But there is a saying which says that if the truth shall kill them, let them all die. Going forward, dañu ñëw pour wax ak Gambians ne leen ne barki démba dañ toog ci lundi bi nga xam ne moo nekk auditeur général bi nga xam ne moom dañ set up office am si beneen buur bi fi nekkoon moo set up office boobu noonu nga xam ne auditeur général bi loi dëkk bi nga xam ne moo nekk constitution yi Gambia bi in section 158 daf ko may doole pour muy saytu place nguur yoo xam ne moo nekk si biir Gambia bi yëpp mu leen di seet seen doxalin ak nu ñoo doxee ndax méngoo naa lu tax ñu teg leen fa te place boobu bu mu amee dem na si place yoo xam ne nii dañ doon dem di seet seen doxalin waaye suñu demee si office rek luñ fa dee fekk moo nekk ne xaalis bu rëy ak tappale bu rëy am na auditeur général bu mu demee nga xam ne auditeur général dafa indépendant président mun na koo jël waaye naka nga daaxee auditeur général soo xoolee si section 158 under subsection 4 and 5 si constitution bi nga xam ne mooy loi yi dëkk bu doxal Gambie daf la wax ne auditeur général nekkul koo xam ne nii dañ koo jël di ko daaxaa ndaxte su fekkee ne nit ki yaa ko abal boobu kon ne xeex boole auditeur général su léegi so jot nañ ne fu nekk gaa yi ngay yóbbu si boy si pour gaa yi ñu dem qualité right now at di code am naa ne ñun ñëpp suñu fi jógee fii dama am pour gaaw wala su ko defee ñun ñëpp ñu jógee dem fii waaye auditeur général bi moom moo taxoon pour ñu génn bu auditeur général bi taxee pour ñu génn tamit wax li nga xam ne moom moo nekk ba pare dem nañ tamit ba gis ay verbal communication fi nga xam ne moo nekk central bank sax wax nañ ne ñoom auditeur général bi du leen saytu ñu taxaw si bu dëgër wax ne ñoom auditeur général bi du leen audit ak lii yëpp mu ngi nekk di xappun si biir dëkk bi xaalis si dëkk bi mu ngi nekk di ba pare ñu feebar mënuñoo faju nit ñaa ngi dee si biir dëkk bi nit ñi mënuñoo am développement ba pare dara xappunut loolu moom moo sabab ñu génn ñu téye leen loolu waral ñu téye Aliou Ba tëj ko te gouvernement bi lu mu dee def yëpp daf ko dee calculer xam nañ ne members of the press ñu ngi fa soo téye nit pour brutaliser ko dañ ko def pour ragalloo ñeneen ñoo xam ne dañ war a ñëw waaye nit koo xam ne nii moom moo la gën a dëgër boppam mënuloo koo ragalloo si loo xam ne daf ko bëgg a def so ñu ngeen oo ñëpp pour code boo xam ne ñu ngi leen ko doon wax démba ne leen ne dañ koo def ëllëg code bi ñu ngi ko def tey so xam naa ne ñun fii dañoo ñëw jeexle because dañoo dem si code bi léegi te xam naa ne yéen tamit di ngeen fa nekkat because of dañoo dem tamit pour adegaay because from Kairaba police station ñu ngi arrange ñëpp tamit pour ñu dem si code bi so xam naa ne